Alright, so we're going to be talking about the final DLC for Jump Force. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, we all know that next year, 2022, in the middle of it, I believe July, is the cutoff date for all online services for Jump Force. So we have to talk about the final DLC for Jump Force, and we have to go out with a bang. We have to bring all the heavy hitters to the party. I'm talking about Dragon Ball, One Piece, Black Clover. We have to bring in the works, and today we're going to be discussing those characters. But before we do, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, get all your Jump Force content, and more importantly, get all your anime and Dragon Ball Xenoverse content here on the #1 anime games channel, Perfection, the Natural Selection. Now let's get it. Alright, so the first franchise and the first character on this list are definitely heavy hitters because we're talking about Dragon Ball, and they're giving to the final DLC of Jump Force. Of course, we have to go in with Gogeta. There's no one else. He's hot right now, coming off of Dragon Ball Super Broly. Of course, Dragon Ball Heroes uses him to no end, so we have to feature the culmination of Goku and Vegeta in Jump Force. Of course, Gogeta is that de facto character, and with his new moveset, I mean, he had a lot of great moves before the movie, but after the movie, he got a whole bunch of new shiny tools in his arsenal. So his moveset, and just to start off, right off the bat, he's going to be Super Saiyan. No base form, we're cutting out the base form. Right off the bat, we get Super Saiyan Gogeta, which means that whatever moves that we have that are a projectile in his moveset are automatically going to warp in his base form, which, mind you, is going to be Super Saiyan. But the first move that we have here, I have to have it, Punisher Shield. Now, in Jump Force, we do have somewhat of a ability problem, projectiles and rushing attacks like Gum Gum Red Hawk. Now, Punisher Shield, much like it works in Xenoverse 2, would shield Gogeta or whoever uses this ability, CAC Avatar, and would automatically shield them from whatever attacks in this little small spacious barrier. Now, if the opponent were to run into this attack, then the CAC Avatar or Gogeta would counter with a hit. Basically, look up Xenoverse 2 for what I'm talking about here. That would be a combo opportunity for the user, and it would open up the combo game in Jump Force. Now, on the opposite end, if the opponent were to use a projectile of sorts, it would get bounced back at the opponent, and the user would warp behind the opponent, finish it up with a kick, and go into their combos. Now, a skill, an ability like this in Jump Force would definitely change the game. It would make spam dangerous, and that would be a perfect way to end Jump Force's lifespan, like putting an end to spam in general with one technique, one move, one ability, and Punisher Shield working exactly the way it does in Xenoverse 2. I'm telling you, people would go wild. But that's not all. That's not the only shiny new tool that Gogeta is going to be bringing into Jump Force. Now, in Jump Force, every Dragon Ball character has to have a cinematic rush technique. At least that's the way they built it up, and we have to stay consistent with what they're currently doing. So, in that vein, we're going to add Punisher Drive as his high-speed rush. Now, I want to make this a hybrid move. It's going to be both cinematic and a normal combo extender. So Gogeta rushes into the opponent completely invulnerable. I'm talking about to ultimates, projectiles, to everything. He cannot be hit, which honestly isn't too broken because with most cinematic rush techniques like the Dragon Ball characters already have, that's pretty much the case. Like, yes, you can, if you get lucky, counter them with an ultimate, but more often than not, they're gonna get that rush technique off. So I don't see anyone whining or crying about it being absolutely invulnerable to being touched. But Punisher Drive would also go through guards. So if an opponent tried to just sit there and press the guard button and shield themselves, no, Punisher Drive is going to go right through it and commence with the cinematic. So this would encourage the opponent to stay on Gogeta or stay on whoever has this move, and it would cost 2 gauge bars just to make it balanced. But the other part of this, okay, so you're gonna have the cinematic portion. Alright, the opponent is gonna get shredded by Stardust, blah blah blah. But at the end of it, they're gonna get hit, and that ends the cinematic portion, which opens up the gateway for more combos, because they're gonna be in a state where they could just get immediately comboed after being shredded by the Stardust. Perfect. I would love this. This would definitely change the game, and it would make Gogeta a unique character, because I would make his combos definitely more conducive to the thought of comboing with the ability, more so than what the avatar would have access to. I mean, obviously with something like CAC sword type, they would be able to hit this technique and hit it in the way that I'm thinking. But that's what I have. That's why I'm workshopping, spitballing here. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Now, the next move is the iconic de facto Gogeta technique. We have got to have Big Bang Kamehameha. Now, of course, you know, previously I stated that because Gogeta is in the Super Saiyan state, he is going to warp with this technique. So if you fully charge it, you're not going to warp, but you're going to have way more range. Like, it's going to work like Final Flash or Perfect Kamehameha. If you fully charge this thing, you're going to have a invisible barrier or shield where people can't just launch fireballs or launch projectiles at you. If you're charging it, you know, the Big Bang ball in the front is going to block all those attacks. So you're invulnerable. You can't be hit. You can't be knocked out of this move. And you can just launch it, and it's going to go in that arc, and it's going to hit the opponent, and it's going to do massive guard chip damage to the opponent should they guard it. And if they don't guard it, it's just going to do enormous amounts of damage. Now, if you don't charge it fully and you just immediately use it, then you're going to turn around and warp behind the opponent and do a decent amount of damage as well. So this definitely does change things up. It's definitely a strong move, as it should be. Like, it's just like ridiculous what this move can do. It can either guard break the opponent, or it can get right behind them and do damage. Now, obviously, things like bunny hopping and, you know, special clauses would get around this, but it would have the commanding presence that it should have in Jump Force. Let me know what you think about that. If you have any other notes that you would like to be added into this move, but I think the way that I've described it would just be perfect. Now, yes, fully charged, I'm talking about full screen. No, it's not going to be a mid-range move. It's going to be a full screen move, and it's going to do full damage at any range, 100%. Remember, Gogeta is the fusion of Goku and Vegeta. He should be strong. He should be overpowered. This is the way that Gogeta should be. Now, his last move is a love letter to Dragon Ball Fighters, because I'm giving him Meteor Explosion. But it's going to be the Meteor Explosion that has the full force Kamehameha at the end of it. So, like in Xenoverse, it would start off with a rush. It would start off with like a backflip kick, kicking the opponent in the air, and Gogeta or the CAC just raising their hands, and the opponent getting shredded with energy, just, you know, destroyed, absolutely destroyed. But at the end of it, just for the overkill, you have a Kamehameha being charged at the end of it, and this move would end matches. I don't want another Garden Variety Ultimate that does the predictable level of damage. No, this is going to be a move that if you get stuck with this move, you are going down 100% of the time. Now, obviously not from full health. I don't think it should be from full health, but I feel like 75 to 85% damage off of your health bar. Again, this is Gogeta now. This is Gogeta. He deserves to be this strong. It would shred you down. 75 to 80% damage off of your health bar automatically. This would encourage people not to let Gogeta get distance, not to let him set up, not to let him get combos off. This would make him a danger. Again, we got people like Awakened Ichigo running around. I don't want to hear arguments about balance. I do not want to hear it. Gogeta needs to be strong. Make him strong. Now, his awakening is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be Super Saiyan Blue. Now, not like other Super Saiyan Blues. With his Super Saiyan Blue, he's going to keep the warping ability with Big Bang Kamehameha. I know people are like, oh, I knew you were going to make him. It's Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Get over it. And one thing that I would do with him that would be special to him is that Punisher drive would change into God Punisher. So he would still have somewhat of a rush type of move, because God Punisher is him rushing in with 2 blasts, hitting the opponent. But what I would change with God Punisher, because it's not going to be exactly like Xenoverse 2's God Punisher, it's going to be the true cinematic version where Gogeta is firing all these like long blasts, and they're just like a series, like it looks like missiles or something, just long energy missiles or something, launching at the opponent. If you've seen the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, you know how beautiful this move should be. So it would be a super attack, but it has the cinematic quality of an ultimate, which would make it all the more ridiculous. But again, this is a fusion character, so he should be over the top, he should be ridiculous, he should have this kind of prestige to his moveset. So that's been Gogeta coming into Jump Force, the final DLC for Jump Force. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And of course, that was the Dragon Ball representative. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the final One Piece representative for Jump Force. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Check out my community posts. Check me out on other platforms, other streaming platforms. Check me out on Twitter. I'll leave all that stuff in the comment section below in a pinned comment. And I will see you guys in the next video. And check out tonight's stream. I'll link it down below in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.